This week, during a press conference taking place outside of the United States Capitol, where many reporters and activists were gathered around to listen to Republicans spread nonsense, Republican Representative Clay Higgins became irate at one 25-year-old activist in particular, and is caught on video from multiple different angles, manhandling. A lot of people have referred to this as assault of this young man. So without giving the context yet, I'm going to go ahead and show you. Here's the clip in case you have not seen it. Again, this is Republican Representative Clay Higgins from Louisiana manhandling a 25-year-old protester who had the audacity to simply ask a question. Here it is.
Representative Boebert, no, you're out. You're out. You're out. You're out. You're out. Aren't you a congressperson touching me? Get off me.
Someone video this. Get this on video.
Get off me.
Get this on video. This is assault.
Get off me.
This is
what are you
assault.
trying to do, Clay Higgins? You're a U.S. congressman touching a person. You can't get him off the street. Get off me.
Let go of him.
Let him know.
Let him
You calm down. You need to calm down.
Calm down, sir.
Now, you may be thinking to yourself, but Farron, you just said you were going to show the clip without giving us context as to what happened. So obviously the context is going to show that this individual was a violent, a disrupting young man at this press conference, right? Well, no. In fact, actually giving you the context is going to make what Clay Higgins did so much worse. Turns out this 25-year-old man who the Daily Beast eventually spoke to by the name of Jake Burdett, Mr. Burdett was there, as were all the other reporters, just asking questions. And at one point, he had asked Paul Gosar a question, or at least approached to ask a question, as everybody else was doing. And Clay Higgins came up to him and said, "Clay Higgins, I represent South Louisiana. All I'm asking you to do is just peacefully stand by with your camera, and I promise you, look at me. I'll come talk to you straight up and answer all your questions. Fair enough?" Now, Clay Higgins, as far as we know, did not go up and say this to any of the other people that were gathered there. And as you can see from the clip, there were a lot of people. For some reason, Clay Higgins had a chip on his shoulder about this young man. And he singled him out already and said, "Listen, you shut your mouth, you be peaceful," who he already was being peaceful for the record, and then I'll talk to you later. Like, very weird thing to do. But then, of course, the man stepped up when Lauren Boebert was up there. He was about to ask her a question. The question was going to be, is your divorce because of the tainted pork sliders from your restaurant? So it's a silly question. It's a fun question. I would have loved to have asked that personally. And then Clay Higgins said, no, you're out, and grabbed the man and shoved him almost into the street, you know, where cars could have been coming, but he stopped right short, and then eventually the Capitol Police came up, detained the man on the other side of the street for 30 minutes before finally saying, "Okay, you can go." And it doesn't end there, because Clay Higgins did issue a statement on KATC after the event, and he said an activist was a 103M, which is an apparent reference to the police code for disturbance by mental person. The statement continued that there was threatening and he was escorted out and turned over to Capitol Police. Textbook. There was no threats. This was not a mentally disturbed person. But if you're going to go out there and claim that this individual is, you know, a mental case, then now not only could you be looking at assault charges against or filed by this young man, you may also be in the defamation area as well, because this young man is clearly not mentally disturbed. His conversation with the Daily Beast after this happened, his conversation with the Capitol Police after it happened, prove that. But if you're going to go out there and somehow imply anything about this man's mental health to the public, because this was on KATC, then yeah, suddenly we've got a lawmaker that may have defamed a young 25-year-old activist. Now, a lot of people, of course, are saying he should sue for assault. I think the word assault gets thrown around a lot. And yes, it was absolutely disgusting and disturbing what Clay Higgins did there, shoving this young man. But the young man was unharmed. He was terrified, and I don't blame him for that. I would have been in that situation as well. But assault, I don't know. I mean, again, I think we throw that word around way too much. Defamation, on the other hand, 100%. And by the way, you'd get a much bigger verdict on the defamation part for him coming out and saying that he's a mental person than you would for the assault. So that's just my advice. I'm not a lawyer, did not go to law school, but I think if you want to do any kind of legal action against him, I'd go for the defamation, not the assault. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel. We also encourage you to like, comment, and share, but again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.